Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
And let me say, and I'm not going to speak on folk individually. I will say that there has been a commerce culture around being a spokesperson for the anti-Black discourse in Black bodies. There's value. You make money. You cut deals. You make millions of dollars. You sign big contracts. You will get paid with anti-Black, and then you couch it in religion. You couch it in being Christian, having Christian values, or good Republican solid values. There's money to be made there. So I don't know if that is who they are, but as I've argued with people, and you've seen it, I just did a podcast with somebody who was playing around with running for president. For you, it may be a game to master, to make money, but the consequences of your gamesmanship puts all of us in jeopardy, because people do not have discernible, the ability to be able to know that you're playing a game. And you may win, you may catch the car. Trump caught the car. I don't think anybody in this room thought that Trump wanted to win in 2016. You know how I know he didn't want to win? He did not have his acceptance speech planned at a Trump property. He was at like a Hilton or a Sheraton. He was not even at one. Why would he be at another place? He didn't expect to win. Hillary was at the Javits Center. He did not expect to win. Mm-hmm. He was running for the grift because there's a lot of money he was able to sell, hats and things, and then he caught the car. And then figured out that people are okay with this nonsense, and he doubled down on it. And then, of course, the people who really are out there grifting had Project 2025 teed up, because it was Project 1980. Before that, it was Project Reconstruction, get us out of this. Before that, this document has been added to, which is why it's 900 pages, since Reagan said, make America great again. This is not new. Now they just have a delivery system. And for us, those of us who consume data and content, we have to be very discriminating. Let's stop throwing our pearls to pigs and supporting people. And this is to you, Don, like a Shannon Sharp, who's never rolling up his sleeves. I'm not saying he doesn't donate and do all of these other things, but he's not the liberation platform. We got to be pristine in this moment. No more.
Well, to be clear, I don't think that no United States senator is the single panacea, right? All of them are deeply flawed individuals who we hope we can get aligned with what we think is our mission the majority of the time. And so
you're missing my point. You're missing my point. Again, people, I watched the Canadian Prime Minister yesterday, and oh my goodness, he Ginsu nice Trump in a way that was so melodic, so demure, so mindful. And he just did it in such, dulcet tones. And this man is not to be played with. Harvard educated, not that matters, but he's not a lightweight. He knows politics, but he also understands, words and how to. We need people who just aren't popular. Popularity is fleeting. It has not. We need substance at this point. I don't need a marching band, bells and whistles, and a line dance. I need somebody that knows how to get stuff done in these times. And you need it. We all need it. And we need people that know things. We need to stop elevating people that don't know stuff. And I'm speaking, yes, for me, it is personal. It's personal because I sit here every day and I put a lot of work into this. And to see somebody just be like, blah, blah, blah. So who you sleeping with? Blah, blah, blah. You got 100 million followers. I'm like, we're over here doing the work of liberation. Now everybody's running over here. Oh, we hate this, but you keep running to it like a dog returning to its vomit. At some point, we're going to have to grow the F up and decide that we want real leadership in ourselves, in the mirror. And what does that look like? And stand on business and have a due north that we will not accept anything less than this. You're going to have to stand up to the standard, or you got to sit down somewhere. But that's how I feel about it. I feel very strongly. Let's go back to the phones. So we'll go back to the phone. Go ahead. This is not, not trying to bash you, Don. I'm just saying.
No. Listen, I'm just saying. 2014 Shannon was a different guy than we see today.
No, he wasn't.
We could say,
and I'm saying
and that's the thing. We could say that it's the same guy.
He's the same person.
We could say that it's the same guy, but it's different in terms of what we knew. Perhaps he would not have passed a vetting process, but from the universe of what we were looking for in a candidate, he checked a whole lot of boxes, and he looked really good. Yeah, but that's the problem. Let's have different boxes. No. Let's start with. Yes. You're because
looking
I will
at
tell
it,
you because I will tell you. I will tell you, Karen. I will tell you, Karen. Not only have we run, but we have elected candidates who have been dramatically less qualified since then than he was at that time.
Yes, but we're not them. I don't want to do what they're doing. Why do you want to follow that model? That model.
I certainly don't.
They want to lead us to hell. I don't want to go to hell with them. I'm sorry.
I certainly don't want to lead that model, but I recognize that he was not an outlier at the time based upon he is today far more qualified than John Fetterman is to be in the United States Senate and means better for black folks.
You know what? Your dog is probably more qualified than Trump. We're not doing, let's not play that game. How about we set a standard for what we actually want and then speak it into existence and then freaking go out there and make it happen. Let's put together a candidate that actually can lead this country, all the people in this country, not just a handful of people, not just people who are popular. Let's go for what we need, not what we want. We're not children. Let's stop feeding everybody what they want. Children want cookies and candy and stuff for breakfast. We should be people that say, no, that's going to rot in your teeth. Here's some, I may have to hide the vegetables in the spaghetti sauce, but you're going to get some vegetables. I'm so sick of this. Let's go to Arizona. Ronald. No, seriously. It's like to grow the F up. We should be people that say, no, teeth. Here's some, I may have to hide, but you're going to get some vegetables. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and place out. Tell the truth. We